Hey everybody, let's take a look at simplifying radicals, okay? For those of you just looking for approximations, if it asks you to round, all we need to know is that when you get your calculator, we do second x squared, which is, I'll move this up so you can see it. See, there's your x squared button that gives you your square root, and then we hit 75, close it, and that gives me my approximation, and I can round to the nearest tenth, I can round to the nearest hundredth, whatever I choose to. But if they're asking for an exact answer, they're looking for perfect squares. We're trying to make this as simple as we possibly can. So we're looking for perfect squares. The way we do that, the old-fashioned factor tree and prime factorization. So this is the square root of 3 and the square root of 25. The square root of 25 is the square root of 5 and the square root of 5. So that gives me root 3 times root 5 times root 5. As we said in class, we're looking for groups of 2 because the index is 2. It's a square root, so we're looking for groups of 2. So here's a group of 2, square root of 5 times square root of 5. That gives me just the number inside because the square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 5 squared. And so these are inverse operations, so I just end up with 5. So my answer for this is just going to be 5 square root 3. And there's my answer. Moving on to this guy, same idea. 135 pounds. If you're thinking about weightlifting, that's what the bar is with 2 wheels. So you could think, well, that's 3 times 45, and that's how I would think of it, because the bar is 45 pounds, and then each of the wheels are also 45 pounds. 45 is the square root of 9 and the square root of 5. The square root of 9, you know the square root of 9 is just going to be the square root of 3 and the square root of 3. Now the square root of 3 times square root of 3, this gives me root 3, root 3, root 3, and root 5, because all of these are prime. So I'm looking for a group of 2. Here's my group of 2. That gives me 3, and then 3 times 5, I put those back together again and get the square root of 15. And there's my answer for those 2 problems. I hope this was helpful.